All right, it's about time. It's good to be back here again, teaching from teaching from our own table of Wealth Secret. It's been quite a while sitting here. I think it's been way over 2 weeks. We've been speaking from the stable of Wealth Secret mindset library. So we are back again, guys. It's nice to have us here. I'm super excited to be here again this morning. It's been like 2 weeks of not being here, and but we've been broadcasting, even when we're not here. But it's good to be back to our library where it's all coming out from. All right, I want to say welcome and good morning, everyone. It's been a beautiful morning. But before we get started, let's make sure that we have all our friends, our viewers, everybody connected. And, we're excited to be here again this morning, sharing one of the biggest nuggets on how to elevate your day with tag morning motivation with Wealth Secret Mindset mentorship. All right. So my name is Dr. Afolabi Olatunji. I am here to be your host, and I'm always your host. Let's get into it. Uh, let's make sure that we have everybody here and we have it recorded. Awesome. All right, again, let's get into it. We are excited about today's topic. Super excited about what we're about to do here today. Super excited about what God is going to do in the lives of everybody with what we've been doing so far, so good. We've been teaching on the topic we tag, success is possible. I taught yesterday on why you should not settle for less, on why you should settle for the best always. And talking about settling for the best, and that's why I'm super excited to be teaching you this morning or taking us on another amazing topic, which I put self-confidence. I probably like possible with self-confidence. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without self-confidence, you cannot achieve anything. Without self-confidence, you cannot really, achieve anything in life. You can attain greater things, greater accomplishment, greater, greater height, greater faith in your life. Self-confidence is very important. Self-confidence is all that you need for yourself to succeed in this journey we call life. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the way I talk self-confidence, I said the willingness to do whatever it takes. Now, self-confidence means the willingness to do whatever it takes to succeed. What does it take to succeed, ladies and gentlemen? If truly success is yours, if truly you think success is possible, then you have to work on your self-confidence. Ladies and gentlemen, self-confidence is something that I call I call it the role conception, right? I call it the role conception, or I call it a mass conception of your life. Role conception or a mass conception of your life, not allowing somebody else tell you who you are, but you telling yourself, this is who I am. So you must be able to come out of that role conception and, or the mass conception of yourself and tell yourself, I can do it, whatever it takes. To me, I believe that self-confidence is all that you need in order for you to tell yourself that success is possible. Now, if you're looking at yourself this morning and you're telling yourself, I can do it, or you're looking down at yourself, matter of fact, a lot of people have turned down on themselves. A lot of people have written themselves out. A lot of people never even think that they can achieve anything. Imagine when we just started this beautiful year, we all have New Year resolution that it now becomes a routine that many of us, all of us, we are so familiar and so used to doing. But at some point, some people have given up. In fact, let me tell you guys, many have even given up on their self. They're giving up on their dreams. They're giving up on their goals, just as you're about to start the new year. Ladies and gentlemen, you must first have hope in yourself. You must have hope in this new year. Have hope in yourself first. Of course, when you have hope, that's when you start thinking that success is possible. The moment you think of success is possible, the next thing that pops up to your mind is that I can do it. All right. You can do it. You tell yourself, I can do it. Self-confidence is, when it's the willingness to do whatever it takes to succeed. To me, I asked a simple question. I said, where does self-confidence come from? Now, that's the truth. You need to know where it comes from. To me, if you need to understand where self-confidence comes from, it means that you don't have to neglect, right? Self-confidence comes from, from your inner mind, comes from the willingness. And like I tell people, the willingness to do something would determine your willingness to achieve greatness in that subject matter, right? So the question is, where does self-confidence come from? And for you to actually give a vivid answer to that, you must have to start thinking on how you're not going to be able to neglect, those small little things that you think it doesn't matter, those small little things that you think it won't count, those small little discipline, those small little activities, those small little exercise, those small little input, right? Because it does start from there. You need to tell yourself, I'm not going to neglect this thing. Those small daily discipline, small daily activities, small daily commitment, small daily input, like you started a business right now. They tell you, you got to wake up in the morning. You have to be there. You say, no, I'm too tired today to get to that business. And then you say, let me take 1 more hour to sleep. After all, it's my business. Those small little things, you have to keep at it. Those small little discipline, they ultimately will count to how you can achieve greatness, right? So if you know that those small little things can, then you need to know that self-confidence will come from feeling good about yourself. It has to come from feeling good about yourself. Nobody else is going to feel good about yourself other than you. So you have to tell yourself, I have to feel good. Now, I tell you guys this morning, how do you feel when you wake up? How do you feel? Do you feel bad about yourself? Do you tell yourself, man, I don't even like my situation yesterday? Like my situation, day before yesterday. Now you allowing your emotion. Now, according to one of the this mentor I found lately, Joe Dispenza, he said your emotions are your feelings in the past. He said emotions are the end product of your past experiences. So most of us, we allow our emotions to play a dominant role on our life, so that when we wake up in the morning like that, we, and these emotions, it's like a socket that is connected to our brain. That's what Joe Dispenza said. He said it's like socket that is connected to our brain, so that when we wake up in the morning like that, and haven't conceived and have emotion that, oh man, yesterday I've had a very terrible day, I've had a very time, I'm not going to, you're not letting it go because you are already attached to those things. And so you now allow those emotions to dictate your life. Now, I tell you something, how you think and how you feel create your state of being. Write that down. How you think and how you feel create your state of being. Now, in order for you to get out of that state of being, so you're not going to allow your emotion, like I once said, emotions are the thinking in the past. So some persons have allowed those emotions, which has been like connected to like a socket in their brain, and then thinking about it early when they wake up in the morning, because these are the things, the myths that can destroy your self-confidence. And then you now allow that predictable past to determine your reality, right? The predictable past will now become the familiar, it will become something more familiar to you. Your predictable future, your past experiences now will now become your predictable future. So don't let those emotions, let go those emotions, let those things go. Start telling yourself, I can do it no matter what. I can achieve it. I can do it. Nobody else can do it better than me. I can do it. Whatever I start, I'm going to put it to the best. I'm going to get to the bottom of everything that I've started. I'm not going to quit in the middle. I will get to the last. All right. Remember, they say winners are not those who quit, are those who stay and get to the cross line. All right. So you need to have this understanding, because at the end of the day, you can tell yourself that I have actually poured it on. At the end of the day, you tell yourself that I have done all that it takes, all that is required to get to the end of this thing. So that's how you start building self-confidence. And you need to also understand that self-confidence comes from lack of neglect, not neglecting the small daily discipline, not neglecting those things that really matters, not neglecting those things that you think that they could actually, come together to to build that future, to build or make you to achieve that great thing that you hoping to achieve. Maybe you're a student right now. You say, I'm not going to read, I'm not going to study. Oh man, what if I miss the class today? Will it count for my, I think it's not still going to hurt me, or still going to make me miss the exam, or makes me miss my test or something. And all these things, they are little neglect that you are taking for granted. Eventually, you allow it to play a dominant role in your mind, and you now allow this thing to determine your future, and eventually you start seeing yourself, because there are small daily disciplines you are neglecting. So when I say self-confidence means that at the end of the day you are pouring it on, it means that at the end of the day I can do it no matter what. Whatever anybody say doesn't matter. So I'm not going to let that mass conception have a major tool over my life. So I must have that raw conception, which is my own personal input into seeing that success is possible for me. All I need to do is to pour it on. All I need to do is to ensure that I get it to the bottom. Part of self-confidence could being something like having a good health. You want to have a good health for yourself, it's part of self-confidence. Self-confidence is telling yourself that, I'm going to have a better health. I will do whatever it takes to keep my health better. Now, I'll tell you guys something. How can something like an apple a day, all right? An apple a day, somebody said it keeps the doctor away from you. An apple a day can be so simple, making it like an exercise. The kind of, health challenges that you have for yourself. And they tell you, just start taking an apple a day. Every day you take an apple. It can be that simple, right? It can be that simple, but yet you are not doing it. You say, if I miss the apple today, and you know what your health challenges are. So you can imagine neglecting small daily discipline, neglecting things that matter, telling yourself that, I cannot. So all these things amount and will summon to how your life will play out in the future. All right, that's what it is. So the willingness to do whatever it takes, to succeed, has to come as a result of self-confidence. So you have to believe in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody else will believe in you. Nobody else can tell you what to do other than you. So this morning, I'm just going to be charging you up that self-confidence, in order to tell yourself that success is possible, in order to tell yourself that success is attainable, in order to tell yourself success is something that I can do. I will tell myself I can do it. And the moment you're telling yourself that you can do it, it means that you're already speaking to your subconscious mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know again that how you think and how you feel will create your state of being. So how do you feel about yourself this morning? How do you think about yourself this morning? How are you telling yourself for the rest of this week? Before this month end? Matter of fact, some people are already counting down and say, this month is already ending. I think God has disappointed me again. I think this thing is no. Don't quit. Don't give up on yourself. Do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to make it happen, start doing it this morning. All right. Nobody else is going to believe in you. Start having a raw conception of yourself, or rather a mass conception of yourself. All right. You need to start telling yourself, I will assume it, not letting whatever anybody says matter, not letting whatever anybody says determine, becoming a major determinant of what your life be. Somebody writing your future and say, you're not going to be anybody. You're not going to amount to anything good. Those are just mere sayings. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what you tell yourself. It is what you feel about yourself. It is how you think about yourself. It is how you move yourself. It is what you're giving into it. Life is about what you're giving into it. That is what life is all about. So I'm telling you all this morning to charge yourself up. Get up from that bed. Tell yourself, I can do it no matter what. Get up from that lazy, that comfort zone, and tell yourself, I'm going to do it. I have confidence in myself. I'm not going to let the familiar past, to determine my future, right? I'm not going to let the familiar past to determine my future. Remember the familiar past to come as a result of your emotions, the things that you think that is not going to work. Now, emotions can dictate some people's reality. Remember what I told you, emotions are the end product of your past experiences. Don't let the end product of your past experiencing now becomes your predictable future. So don't let your familiar past becomes your predictable future. All right. I need you to take that as a note this morning. And I hope I've been able to reach out to you. And I hope I've been able to tell you how you can elevate your day. Remember, here at Wealth Secret Mentorship Mindset, what we do here is that we educate, empower, and enrich you mentally with all the necessary resources and information that is going to empower you still mentally to live the very best of your life. All right. The ability, right? Take this for a wrap up. Now, the ability to rise above your circumstances is what I call self-confidence. Self-confidence comes from the ability, right? Write it down. The ability to rise above your circumstances, above your emotion, above your downfalls. That is where self-confidence will come from. All right. So when you start doing this, ladies and gentlemen, you start seeing that things will start shaping up. Then things that you think is impossible will not be possible. And I want you to know that success is possible. Success is possible. Tell yourself, success is possible for me in this month. Success is possible for me in this year. Success is possible for me in whatever thing I do. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to achieve success no matter what. Whatever anybody say doesn't count. What you go into that business for, don't let somebody talk you down. Don't let somebody's opinion becomes your own reality. Tell yourself, I'm going to do it no matter what. Tell yourself, I will achieve. I'm coming into this business to achieve. I'm coming into this opportunity. I'm coming into this company to to achieve success and to see my dreams and goals becomes a reality. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I've been able to reach out to you this morning, and I hope you got value for your time on being on this program again this morning. Again, we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube page. This video is going to be made available. We're going to share it all across the community and all our social media handles for you to also watch it and then learn something from it. All right. So we tell you that here we are ready to work with you. When you see most of this video, because we have video content, we've been on this particular class for the past 3 months consecutive, right? It runs from Monday through Friday, every single day. So we encourage you to join us every day, 9 a.m. West African time. So wherever you're tuning in from, you might want to connect to this program. Set your calendar, set your time, and put it on alarm to make sure that you don't miss from this program. All right. It's your regular host, your friend, your success partner, your mindset coach, Dr. Afolabi Olatunji. Remember, what we tell you is to make the day count always. All right. Make the day count. Don't just count the day. All right. Take care. God bless you. And bye for now.